Hi, I'm Sharon Vance from Michigan, and I built all the Lord of the Rings stuff here. Starting with the first movie, we've got the Hobbit hole, Frodo and Bilbo Baggins' house. As you can see, the Hobbit hole actually opens up so you can play with Frodo inside and put him to bed and feed him. So here's where the first movie starts out, and this actually isn't in the movie. This is part of the actual books by Tolkien. Tom Bombadil's house with his wife Goldberry there. But it's a cute set, so I wanted to build it. They come around here, and Frodo and his buddies all end up at the Prancing Pony, where they meet Strider for the first time. It's actually Aragorn. But they end up escaping from the ring race and finally end up in Rivendell at the house of Elrond. And they form the Fellowship for the first time. So they've got all their guys ready to go, and Frodo, of course, with his little magic ring. And after they get out of Rivendell, they end up climbing the mountains, and that didn't work out too well because of a big avalanche caused by the bad guys, so they end up at the Mines of Moria. And before they can get into the mine, the Watcher in the Water ends up trying to grab Frodo and pull him under the water to eat him. So the guys are coming to the rescue there. And they get into the mine and they discovered that all the dwarves that used to be in the mine were killed. So there they are, dead in there. And after they finally get into the mine, they end up trying to escape out the other end before all the trolls can get them. But they run into the big Balrog. And the Balrog tries to kill them all before they get out. And Gandalf ends up challenging the Balrog and ends up dying, actually, but they think he died, but he really didn't. But they're trying to save him right there before they can run out. And when they finally get out of the Mines of Moria, they end up over here at the Golden Hall of Edoras, is where they meet King Theoden and his niece here, Eowyn. And they end up traveling from the Golden Hall over here, and all the people from the town here end up at Helm's Deep. And they're trying to defend themselves from the evil army of Sauron. And the elves come and help them out. And they finally end up beating them all, of course, when Gandalf comes and saves the day. And at the end of the second movie, they end up, Frodo ends up with Sam. If Faramir kidnaps him kind of a little bit, he wants to find out what's going on with the magic ring. And while they're sleeping one night, Gollum comes in and he's trying to catch fish, of course, in the Forbidden Pool. And Faramir asks Frodo if they should kill him because he didn't know he was with them. And Frodo, of course, says, no, we better save him. So we end up at the end of the second movie. I'm still working on building the third movie.
Okay, yeah, those are really cool.
What he says. Some little girl comes up and says, "That's a really cute monkey." So, wow, I didn't know it was a monkey, but maybe I should give him a banana. Yeah. Sharon again here. The Legend of Zelda, Nintendo's most popular video game series, role-playing series, my favorite game in the whole world. 25th year anniversary was this past year, so I made all the Legend of Zelda stuff. I started out with the Mosaic of Link, because of course he's my favorite hero of all time. So this mosaic took about a year. It's actually made in 3 dimensions, 3 layers.
Yeah, okay, that's
so
cool.
It took a long time to do. It's not computer generated, so I did it all by hand.
Oh, wow.
So it took forever. And I started out with the lettering just to get myself inspired. And then started working on his face to make that look right. And it took a long time. I had to keep taking them off and rebuilding it, so I got it to make at least pretty much how I want it to look. Maybe I'll change it someday. But I don't know. As I was building that, while I was bored, I started on Hyrule Castle because I love Zelda. So I had to have little Link here. When Ganon is taking over Hyrule Castle town, he comes and he destroys the town, and he turns all the town people into zombies. Okay. The undead, they call them. And then he builds his own bad guy castle and, destroys the original castle and takes over the town. And in the process, he kidnaps Zelda. the princess of the kingdom here, and Link's job, of course, is to grow up and save Zelda and save the town and the whole game, of course. It was a lot of fun to build this. And the Temple of Time over here is where Link comes and grows up. Every time he pulls the sword out of the stone, he becomes big adult Link, and he can save everything. Then he goes back and puts the sword back in, and he shrinks back to little Link. So you can go back and forth in the video game both ways.
That's cool.
And then in the meantime, I decided nothing's complete without having Link's girlfriend, so you had to have Zelda, of course. Yeah. So I made this mosaic at the end when I was making all these. That's about it for Zelda, though.
Okay, yeah, thanks for showing us those. Those are really neat. I always like those mosaics.
Thank you.